Tensei, Tensei, Jody Swanson Nisika-san. So hello, my name is Jody Swanson, and I am Cree Métis, and I am a member of the Métis Nation of Alberta. I first came to the Rupert's Land with the Entrepreneur Workshop back in 2020 to help kickstart my insurance business that I'm doing today. So as a Métis entrepreneur, I am involved with insurance, business insurance and also personal insurance. I have a mandate to help protect and look after my fellow Métis Nation members and also our Indigenous community by protecting their business from property loss, business loss, litigation, and help them navigate those waters as well. When you're first starting out in a business, what are your risks? I am your protector. I am your risk protector, and I will work on whatever business you're working on and help put a program together for you. So insurance is an important aspect of your business simply because if you are taking any kind of money or fees, you have now opened yourself up for any kind of litigation or potential lawsuits if your product or service doesn't perform the way that you've stated it. It can also protect you against third-party bodily injury or third-party liability claims. If you have a storefront for slip and fall, or if you're giving consulting or reporting or data, then you also have a professional liability exposure, which could cause a financial loss to your client. You want to protect that because legal costs are expensive and insurance doesn't have to be. Well, if you've already started up your business, it's never too late to look into insurance. Your best bet is to contact an experienced insurance broker who knows your business, will ask you lots of good questions, will put together a program for you, and they can go out to the various insurance markets and quote for you and get the good terms, premiums, options, and things that work best for your business. Again, insurance brokers typically do not charge any fee, so it's free, and they are the experts. Let them do the work for you. So when you're looking at insurance, the basic one is your commercial general liability insurance. And as it states, it's general, but it will cover you for things like completed operations, advertising injury, third-party bodily injury, third-party property damage. That will be the biggest basis for your insurance coverage for your business. If you're doing consulting, reporting, data, giving advice, and recommendations to your clients, that's more of a professional liability, and that will tag along very nicely with your commercial general liability policy. If you have office contents, property, or stock, you're going to want to get some coverage for those things too. And if you do have a fire or a flood or a property loss like that, you might want to look into getting some business interruption that will pay for your lost income while you're getting your building rebuilt, or you're finding a new place to rent or lease, or to replace your contents that may have been damaged in that loss. There is no really one-size-fits-all in commercial business insurance because every business is unique. It's much different than home or auto insurance where things can fit into a box because we need to know, what are you doing for your business? Are there any extra things that you're doing? Maybe you have employees. Maybe you want to get some healthcare benefit plans for them. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you need to get some workers' comp through the government program. So it all depends on what you're doing, and that's why it's good to have a good insurance broker that can ask you those questions, and you can provide them with those answers, and they can put together a good risk package for you. I found a really good tip. I registered for my business on Métis Works through the Métis Nation, and the Métis Works is a good platform for both business owners and customers looking for Métis and Indigenous-owned businesses to support one another. It's free, so you can't hurt yourself there. I would also encourage you to get a good website, get a good business plan together, and of course, get some good insurance to protect your people, your property, and your liability risks. Some common misconceptions about insurance or contacting an insurance broker, because it's a little scary. They will ask you some very detailed questions, and they will be things like, your address, your date of birth, how long you've been doing your business, or how much experience you have. They'll even ask things like your estimated annual gross revenues. And many people are like, well, why do you need to know that? But it's a liability thing. If you're only making $40,000, $50,000 a year, your liability exposure is much less than someone who's making $1 million a year. So that's why they need this information, and it's all secure, it's all confidential, and it doesn't go anywhere between you and the broker and the insurance companies. So they're on your side. Don't be scared. They're going to ask you some questions. Be prepared to answer them. That's the best way to get your quote and your risk for your business covered properly. So with insurance contracts and signing up, there's a couple of options. Commercial insurance policies are on an annual basis, and you have the option of paying the premium all up at front, or a 3-pay, or you can go on monthly payment plans. And when you're first starting out, it's important to be able to manage your cash flow on a month-to-month basis. If it's seasonal and you get paid a big chunk of money at a certain time of year, maybe you do want to pay your insurance all at once. If not, you can definitely go on a monthly plan. The nice thing is that if you do need to cancel your insurance for any reason, they cancel at your effective date and they do refund the portion of the unused premium back to you, whether it's on an annual basis or not. So you can cancel. You're not tied with your hands with this insurance policy. So it's safe. It's definitely safe to cancel if you need to. And I know people always ask, how much is this going to cost? How much does insurance cost? And insurance can cost as little or as much as you want depending on the coverage and the limits that you want. I have clients that have policies that are $450 a year, and they're small. They've just started out. Maybe they're doing some web consulting or marketing. Then I have other clients that have a bunch of construction equipment. So then they're going to pay a little bit more. So they're paying, maybe $1,000 or $2,000 a year for their insurance. So it really depends on what it is, but it's very economical. I have a couple of yoga instructors. They pay $250 a year. For closing, my next steps to recommend when you're looking and want to take that step into insurance is do reach out to an experienced insurance broker, someone who has more than just a few years into the industry. I don't recommend you calling a 1-800 number off of the internet or filling out a form field on the internet without speaking directly to an insurance broker, a licensed insurance broker. It's easy to search and do a Google search on the web, but that's when you could run into problems where you're using an automated system. They're taking cookie cutter questions and answers, and you may not have the right coverage. Speak directly to an insurance broker, have their contact information so you can share information back and forth via email or by phone call. That's your best bet. Well, and thank you for having me here. I'm very pleased and honored to help out my fellow Métis members and all of the entrepreneurs that are starting out. It's an exciting time. You're going to do great. And I would like to say, Mio Peo in, prosperity and good luck to you. Hi, hi.